I speak unto thee this day, and I say that it is me, the living God, who intended that my own people would be ever purposed in me. That is, not giving way to the waves of darkness and iniquity, the sin that is raging on every hand. But I say that I've intended that my people would know, understand, and realize that they absolutely cannot have friendship with the world. For I say, when the ones who are claiming to be my people will seek to have friendship with the world, I say they are having friendship with lies, deception, and of course demon powers on every hand. Now I say that I, the living God, do intend that my own people would realize that they are in an everyday battle against sin. That is, they are in a battle in their own lives and for the lives of others, and they cannot have friendship with the enemies that swarm about. That is, they cannot seek to be conformed to the world and the darkness contained therein, nor can they seek to be pleasing unto men. But I say that they need to be pleasing unto me, the one true God who does care for their souls. Now I say you are living in a time when multitudes have turned aside from me. I say they've gone a-whoring after the ways of the world. And I say in such transgression they have taken themselves far from the truth, the light that I provide. And I say they've gone in a way that is weariness and dreariness unto me, and yes, they are loving it so. And I say it is because they have made friendship with the world. Now I say you are living in a time when the so-called church is so full of worldliness, so full of vileness and corruption. I say it is nothing but a spiritual whorehouse of adultery against me. And I say it is because they started out to have friendship with the world. I say this day that my own people are not meant to be friendly with the very elements of damnation. No, not at all. But I say that my people are meant to keep standing in the truth, declaring the truth, and walking uprightly in me. For I say it is me, the living God, you are meant to be pleasing. It is me, the living God, you are meant to obey. And I say if you will be coming forth in the way that I offer, the way that I provide, of course you are pleasing unto me. But I say that if you are thinking you can maintain fellowship and friendship with the world, I say you are deceiving yourself. Now I say there's many a proud fool that started out to follow me, but I say they took up friendship with the world. That is, they were so sure of themselves they thought they could maintain, but it is not true at all. For I say they easily succumbed and slipped into the abyss of worldliness, and there they remain. And I say they are the ones who have lost out with me, who are damned already and only waiting for the appointed time to die. And I say it all came about because of friendship with the world. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do call thee to walk circumspectly. I say that I call thee to live separated from the worldly vanities, to maintain your relationship unto me. And I say that I call thee to be coming forth uplifted, directed, and guided always by me, ever under the instruction of my Spirit. For I say it is me, the living God, who has given thee my Spirit, that you would be indeed led by the same and guided into all truth. And I say if you will pay heed to the mind of my Spirit, you will be kept in me. But I say if you take on the spirits of worldliness, you will find that you are disgusted with my way. And I say the reason you are disgusted with my way is because you are full of the sin of worldliness. And I say because you have lent your ear, your eye to those things forbidden unto thee, I say you are contaminated by the same. And I say you are filled with the poison of worldliness, which is nothing but the course of damnation. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do hold as liable the ones who give way to the sin of worldliness and despise my way. And I say you are living in a time when multitudes who are still even claiming that they are mine are full of a love, a lust for the world. That is, they have been bitten, they have been smitten by the poison of worldliness, and yes, they are loving it so. And I say it is because they are indulging themselves in sin. Now I say this day that I, the living God, never called thee to indulge in sin, to partake of sin, to be overwhelmed in sin. But I say that I've called thee to live in the truth, the light, the strength that I offer and provide. And I say that I've called thee to be ever thankful that it is me you are privileged to look unto and believe. For I say, if it is me, the living God, that you keep yourselves for, I say, then you are well-pleasing unto me. Now I say, if a man could really see the end of his flirtation, of his adultery, I ask, would he pursue the same? I say, there are those who are so perverse, so stubborn, so proud, that they would determine, yes, they would go in that way. That is, the way of worldliness, ungodliness, and vileness, all to their own damnation. But I say, there are others, if they could indeed see the way they are headed, who would turn from their wicked ways. Now I say, you are living in a time when the church has literally gone to sleep because it is married to the world. That is, it no longer cries out against the sins, against the indecencies, against the vileness and the wickedness that is abounding on every hand. Instead, it poses itself in its friendship with the world as though it is a part of the same. And I say, yes, it is, in the sense that it's full of the same filthiness, the same rebellion and hatred towards me that the world has always had. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not intend that my own people would be in fellowship with the filthiness, the vileness, the wickedness of these times. But I say that I've intended that my own people would walk uprightly, coming forth in me. That is, directed, corrected, and instructed in the truth, the light, the strength that I give every single day. That is, ever purposed by me, the one true God who is able. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to give way to the outbursts of sin, to give way to the darkness of sin, to give way to the corruption of sin. But I say that I call thee to keep yourselves from me, the author and the finisher of thy faith. I say there are endless numbers who are under my wrath because they refuse my way. That is, even though they put on a religious facade, I say that their thirst, their hunger is for sin. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to live in sin, to partake of sin, to be overwhelmed in sin. And I say, when you do indeed give yourself to friendship with the world, that is exactly what happens to you. That is, you are overwhelmed in the sinfulness of the world and taken down by the same. For I say it is crafty and subtle and overwhelming what is found in the ways of the world. Now I say this day that I, the living God, have called thee to be thankful for the straight and narrow way that I provide, and to be ever kept in the same. For I say, if you will walk circumspectly in me, redeeming the time, you are kept always. But I say, if you give way to the flirtation of the world, what is it that happens to thee? I say, you are taken in the sin, you are taken in the darkness and the evil, and I say, you will be devoured. Now I say this day that I, the living God, never called thee to be devoured, but I say that I've called thee to be uplifted in me. That is, brought forth in the truth, the light, the strength that I offer day by day. And I say that I've called thee to be coming forth in that which I give thee, which is my truth and my light always. And I say that I've called thee to be thankful that you can indeed be kept in the way that I give thee, which is the way of life. Now I say, if a man were walking along and he was looking down and seeing nothing but poisonous snakes, do you think he would cast himself down from the high road of safety into the same? It is only a fool who would cast himself into the snakes, to be bitten, to be smitten by them. And yet I say, when the ones claiming to be my people will cast themselves into the abyss of worldliness, that is exactly what they do. That is, they cast themselves into the poisonous vipers and imagine somehow they will not be bitten or smitten by the same. But I say the truth of it is, they are bitten, they are smitten, and they are indeed poisoned by the snakes that are all about. I say, so it is when you make friendship with the world, you are entering into the world of vipers, and I say, of course, they will bite thee. And even though you may think that you can have them as your friends, you may pet them and play with them, it is not true. For I say, they simply wait for the opportunity to strike, to infect you with the deadly poison of who they are. And I say, in the process of making friendship with the world, you lose out with me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call my people to live in the pride of religion, to live in the smugness of the same. For I say, in these days of worldliness unleashed, that men who are religiously proud are full of worldliness on every hand. For I say, they do not value the things of my kingdom, not at all. But I say, they have put their vision, their eyes upon the world and the values of the same, and I say, they worship other gods. Now I say, this day, if you look upon the so-called church, what do you see? I say, you see a decayed, a rotted whore who is every bit in bed with the world. That is, she is fornicating daily with the world and bringing forth bastard seed and a multitude of idols. And I say, she has taught the victims of her process to worship the same idols, to give way to the same fornications, till all are covered in the filth. And I say that the same has the audacity to proclaim that it is of me. But I say, it is nothing but corruption and filth, it is nothing but vileness and vanity, and I say that the same is far from me. Now I say, this day, if you truly will be mine, then give yourselves unto me. That is, be giving yourselves to the truth, the light, the mercy that I provide, ever thankful to be guided in my way. That is, be coming forth in that which I give thee, which is my blessedness, which is my truth, and the light upon thy path. For I say, if it is me, the living God, that you will be seeking to please, to obey, and follow after, you are brought forth by me. And I say, you are brought forth in the straight and narrow way of safety that I provide for my own. But I say, when a man or a woman will be wise in their own conceit, and they imagine that they can indeed be in friendship with the world, I say they are literally making friends of demons. And I say they are giving themselves over to the cesspool of sin, which is exactly what the world is. I say, this day, do not be blinded by pride and religiosity, whereby you imagine you are stronger than you are. For I say, when you begin to make friendship with the world, I say you drive the wedge between yourself and me. Now I say, there are many who are in religious success, who have indeed made a pact of friendship with the world. And I say, they are teaching lies and hypocrisy, proclaiming that a man can serve two worlds, two masters, and be found acceptable unto me. And I say, they are making allowance for those who are full of all manner and filthiness and sin on every hand. And I say, they are doing it because they are in friendship with the world. Now I say, this day, that the ones who are my people are not meant to be in friendship with the world, but they are meant to see the world for what it is. And I say, they are meant to be on guard against the religious pride that would make them think they can have friendship with the world and be all right with me. I say, the truth of it is, if you are truly mine, you must remain dedicated, consecrated, and separated unto me. For I say, when you think you have established a pact with the pack of wolves that is the world, I say, you have established the destiny of damnation for your soul. For I say, you cannot indeed enter into false agreement with the world and be found acceptable unto me. I say, this day, be glad that it is me, the living God, who does offer to thee the way of truth and light, the way of mercy and hope, and the way of peace provided. And I say, be thankful that each and every day you can be brought forth in me, ever directed by me. And I say, be thankful that each and every day you can be given the truth and the light upon thy path, that you can come forth rejoicing. For I say, if you will indeed see worldliness for what it is, you will see it as the poisonous pack of vipers, the pack of wolves, the way of destruction and damnation. I say, this day, do not be blinded by the glitter, the glitz, the charm, the enticement, the seduction of the world. And I say, do not be easily beguiled and led away from the truth, but I say, walk circumspectly in the same. And I say, when I reveal to thee the iniquity by the power of my Spirit, I say, run from that. That is, do not think you are so big, so strong, so capable, you can be in friendship with the world and remain all right with me.